It's a tough world out there, and being a female founder in the food industry is hard. I'm Paula from Marty's Virgin Bloody Mary. The philosophy behind Buy Women Built is, if you believe in women, you should buy from them.
I am Gillian Quick from Kaboodle Pet Brands. From our perspective as Kaboodle, Buy Women Built was an incredibly important movement that was kite marking exactly which products are built by women founders. There are a lot of people out there who can't even mention a single female entrepreneur, which is terrifying.
Hi, my name is Karina. I am a co-founder of Flawsome Drinks. Well, Buy Women Built is a huge movement that helps brands like us to get on the shelves. We get a lot of support through networking events.
My name's Louise Toll and I'm the co-founder of Furr Boost. I worked in the food industry for 20 years, and when you start your own business, all of a sudden you realise it's not as easy as it is when you're in a bigger company with established systems. The Buy Women Built brings a lot more to the table, so it supports female founders and breaks down those barriers for retailers and distribution.
Food and drink industry is huge, and taking part in such a show is extremely crucial. The whole idea behind joining forces here today at the stand is showcase women-led businesses.
The food and drink industry, the manufacturing of that is absolutely dominated by men. I think women, we've got a different take on business, we've got a take on life, and I think we're building the businesses that we want and we want to see out there. And so as a result, by supporting women businesses, you're supporting a new world that has a new philosophy. We're building businesses with the ideals and the world we want to see, and that is so important.
When women found a company, it's normally from a moment of need. And when they really believe in the need for that problem to be fixed, that's a very powerful message behind the product. So the mentality behind female-founded companies as entrepreneurs is often very different to the way that men will look at it.
There's a lot of big players that are already existing in the food and drink industry. Dealing with retailers, it's inherently hard to try and capture their time, their attention. We've found personally that retailers want to keep their lists low and they don't really want to be managing additional suppliers on that list. So working as a collaboration, Buy Women Built have already done some amazing things.
It's a tough world out there. I think there's a lot of noise. I think the buyers are very stretched and busy. So getting your name out there, male or female, is hard. We know that women businesses are less funded. And so not having the money and the resources obviously makes it even harder.
Women only get 1.6%, I think is the latest stat, of institutional investment.
So joining a community like Buy Women Built and having them shine spotlights on women businesses is invaluable. If you don't have the capital, but you do have the resources in terms of community, then you have a body of people who can help you and make it happen, and that's important.
The biggest wins that have been seen recently are Buy Women Built shining a spotlight on the founders, and Ocado Supermarket now have an aisle where you can actually shop for just Buy Women Built products, which is a phenomenal win.
Buy Women Built has wonderful collaborations on Ocado, Planet Organic, Whole Foods, shining light on the female founders, and by having that collective visual power has been incredibly amazing, and they're continuing to do that constantly.
Everyone that was part of the Ocado activation has reported a 20% increase in sales directly from Buy Women Built.
It's a game changer. So we've already got businesses now asking, are you part of that movement?
Now that there are over 2,000 brands as part of Buy Women Built, this will mean greater visibility on packaging. So you'll start to see the Buy Women Built symbol around everything that you look at in the supermarket, plus online. And that means that consumers will be far better educated as to what that actually means for female-founded companies.
The number is just going to be only growing. I can imagine walking through a supermarket store and just spotting, a women-led business instantly. I guess this is what the future kind of looks like for BWB. We just want to be recognized, we want to be seen, and I guess this is what they're moving towards.
So the UK Food and Drink Shows was an incredibly important place for us to start this collaboration, and hopefully this is the beginning of something that will become much bigger in the future. What we really wanted to do is show buyers that a consumer-led movement can actually improve purchasing decisions. Consumers will immediately see that there's a point of difference, which is very powerful.
Here, we have a chance to meet decision makers, buyers.
The scale here is amazing, the location is amazing, it attracts buyers from all over the country, it's unparalleled and allows one to have access to people that one wouldn't necessarily have.
And I think it's great at shining lights on new brands, up-and-coming brands, challenger brands. We've also then attracted a lot of interest from buyers. And for us, it's a different group, a different industry, which has just worked a treat.
So we've had fantastic responses, and I think it's almost a milestone and a recognition situation. So people who see you here as a brand realize that you are invested, and they realize that you sort of hit some sort of a milestone, you are able to exhibit, and that you are ready to engage with the trade in any kind of meaningful way. So I think it's almost for the first time when you're here, people take you seriously as a brand. And that's incredibly important as a small brand to be sort of seen.
So the first thing that we noticed is that people immediately saw By Women Built, and they came over because they were really interested in the messaging behind that. So the visibility that we're getting from the fact that we are a collaboration is fantastic for buyers.
I think if you're going to launch your own food and drink brand, do your research, understand which market you want to be in, how you're going to go about it, and then just go for it.
My advice to women looking to launch their own brand is not being afraid to network. Communities such as BWB open so many opportunities for women, builds your brand presence, but also makes you stronger as a person.
Just do it. There's a phrase that Sahar, who's the CEO of By Women Built, says, leap and the net will appear. So don't be scared. It's a terrifying time in the economy right now. But I do believe that there are always opportunities, and when people collaborate the way that we are, opportunities become so much greater.
Any food manufacturing business, the most important relationship you're going to have is with your manufacturer. You might be building it in your kitchen, but know that that's a relationship you're going to have to foster. Start thinking towards how you would be working, what kind of manufacturers you want to approach, and what they would do and how you would make this a scalable business. You need to be malleable. So understand that what works in your own kitchen doesn't always work in manufacturing. Hold true to certain values that you believe are really important in your brand, and then understand how you're going to work around to make this a scalable business. From manufacturing 10 units in your kitchen to 10,000 to 10 million, that's big steps you have to make. But starting out a business, you don't think that far. So try and give that some thought, because that will help you shape your journey and your trajectory, and will mean that as you change and evolve, you've had that in mind from the very beginning.
I can see the By Women Built movement just getting more and more attention. I can see it doing more interesting things across a number of industries.
By Women Built has only just started, and there is a huge scope for opportunity across everything. More than anything is inspiring the next generation to really believe that they can do what they thought they might not be able to do.
To find your people, find your community, and find a community that supports women the way By Women Built does has been amazing.